Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to talk to you about how to make your simple drum beats sound way better. So one really common mistake that I see a lot of my students make when they're playing even simple drum beats is that they get the balance of the individual parts of the drum set incorrect. So tell me if you can see what is wrong about this example of playing just a basic money beat. Here we go. Two, three. Okay, what's wrong with that? Did you hear it? Did you notice how strong the hi-hats were? That they're way too strong. You don't want to pound out every single note on the hi-hat. Also, the kick drum was too quiet. A lot of my students, when I see them start to play these eighth note rock grooves, they're really concentrating on the pattern and playing the notes in the right order, and that causes the sound of the beat overall to suffer. It's totally fine to focus on playing the notes at the start, but as soon as you can play the notes, try to take a step back and listen to how does this sound. So if we just take what I was just playing with the really heavy hi-hats, then you just want to think about playing lighter. Just think light and that you're bouncing the stick. Just dribble and try to use the tip of the stick instead of the shoulder. Okay, listen to how that is going to just help the groove feel like it's more balanced. Remember, for rock grooves, you want your kick and your snare to be the loudest voices of the groove, and then the hi-hat a bit softer. So that should sound like this. 2, 3, 4. But it instantly sounds better. Another technique you could employ to make your simple groove sound better is to think about playing some sort of accent pattern on the hi-hat, really subtle, okay? But listen how there's two basic patterns you could play: accenting down beats and then accenting up beats. So you're going to accomplish this by just very lightly. Your accents are going to be, you're still playing on top of the cymbal, you're not bashing it on the edge, but you're going to play with this thick part of the stick, the shoulder of the stick. You're going to play right on top of the hi-hat cymbals. It's going to be your accented note, and then your unaccented note will be with the tip of the stick. So like accenting the downbeats only could sound like this. Okay, and then if you accent the opposite notes, if you accent the upbeats, just using the same notes though, shoulder on top, tip for the unaccented notes, it's going to sound like this. Accenting the upbeats. 1, 2. You could also outline a longer phrase, like across the whole measure. It would be really common to accent, say, like a dotted quarter note pulse. Da, da, za, da, 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 da. 1, 2. Okay, how cool does that sound? Okay, so another tip that is going to make your simple groove sound better is to try and feel the beat with your entire body. I notice really great drummers do this. I was recently watching videos of Jeff Porcaro playing, and when you watch him play, he doesn't play really complex stuff, but when he's just playing a simple backbeat groove, his whole body is grooving. He's like in it. Don't just sit there and play the notes. You gotta feel the groove. You are the pulse. As a drummer, you are the pulse. Don't get too caught up in listening to your kick drum and your snare and your hi-hat in the moment that you overanalyze it and think about every individual note. You need to feel the pulse of the groove overall. So that's really going to help. So if you go back and play just the money beat, okay, try to feel the pulse. You are the pulse. So here we go. Let's try to play that. Try to get your whole body moving in time with the music. So 1, 2, money beat, 1, 2. Okay, it grooves so much harder when you do that. All right, the last thing I want to show you guys in this video is a few little hi-hat patterns that I love to throw into any just basic 8th note groove or 16th groove. So one hi-hat trick that I like to play is on the snare backbeat notes, wherever those happen to be in the measure. For our example, we'll just do 2 and 4, the common backbeat notes, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, you're gonna play on that snare backbeat a triple stroke with the hi-hat. So that's gonna be 2E end, 4E end, and then following that, we're going to play a ghost note with the left hand, and it's going to be on the that final 16th syllable of the beat, just to kind of fill out the beat so you have 4 16th syllables. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, now it sounds kind of annoying if you do it every single backbeat, but let me just show it to you in the context of the groove. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's all it is, that triple stroke on the hi-hat with 1 ghost note on the snare. Okay, the other hi-hat pattern I like to play is, okay, let's see. So it's hi-hat, regular hi-hat stroke, 2 ghost notes on the snare, and then the hi-hat foot as the last 16th syllable. So it's going to be 1, E, and with the foot. Okay, and then I'll usually play that on beats 1 or 3 preceding the backbeat. So that would sound like this. Okay, so there is one other hi-hat note. I do like to, on the second snare ghost note, also play hi-hat. Basically, you just continue playing 8th notes with your right hand. Okay, that's the second hi-hat pattern. So just that with the groove would sound like this. 2, 3. Okay, then you can actually combine the second hi-hat pattern with the first one, so you create this full stream of 16th notes if you play them over and over. But I suggest you kind of just pepper them in with your groove. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is just play you those hi-hat groove examples with a song. Okay, just going to use this drumless funk play-along track from Spotify. And here we go. All right, so there's a little example. Okay, so just to recap the lesson, make sure you have the balance of the parts of your drum set correct. Remember, kick and snare loudest, hi-hat a little bit softer. Try playing a little lighter on the hi-hat. Bounce the stick using the tip of the drumstick. Okay, and then you can employ different accent patterns. Remember to feel the groove with your entire body, not just playing the notes, okay, and being rigid and playing the notes. You are the pulse. You got to feel the music as a drummer. You are the pulse, okay? So keep that going, and then you can try those few little 16th note hi-hat patterns as well to spice up your grooves. Okay, your grooves. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, take care, guys.